it's just not worth it dealing with someone else every single day of your life.
So this woman is out here talking about how she might have regretted marriage, or probably marriage is not for her. Let's talk about it. Hey beautiful people, how you all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here, and welcome to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video is a video of a sister who came online, and she was literally in tears talking about her marriage and how she feels like not happy, not fulfilled, and she doesn't know why she doesn't feel this way, even though a marriage is typically the happily married, like she's happily married and her husband is what he's supposed to be. It's not being abusive, he's taking care of her, but yeah, she feels like she can't deal with it. Dealing with somebody over and over again is something she can't deal with and all that. So this is that came on to really cry, and this has struck the conversation and women talking about how they feel about marriage and all that. And for me, I really love the internet because I feel like the internet is helping us to have a lot of this type of conversation, and I'm here for it. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys check out a video, people's response to it, and then I'll come back and share my thought because I have a lot to say. Some of you guys don't know I'm 41 and I've been married for 12 years now, been with my partner for 22 years. So I have so much to say about this. Okay, so let's go check out the video and then we'll come back and talk more.
It's just not worth it dealing with someone else every single day of your life. Every day. Every day you gotta deal with somebody. Is marriage even worth it? It's not. It's not. At some point, you're gonna realize that it's always best to just be alone. Because I've been married for about 7 years, and I don't even know if this is worth it. Like, and not saying that there's anything necessarily wrong. There's nothing wrong, and that's the point. Like, I don't even know why I'm upset. I'm just, like, not thinking that I made the right decision. Like, and I am a good man. I do. And that's not the point. The point is, it's like, you really do lose yourself. You lose your sense of individuality. You lose your sense of peace. And this could be even to a good man. Like, you're gonna lose something, and I don't think it's worth it. Like, at all. I've always had a dream of, like, getting out of my hometown, like, city, and moving on, like, moving forward. Like life is supposed to be experience. Like, we're supposed to be doing new things and traveling and all that, and I do all of that. But at some point, like, I don't know if I want to continue doing this every single day of my life. Like, always checking in with someone, always having to consider their feelings, it's always somebody else. You're never alone. Like, you never have a moment to yourself. You never can do that. And I don't know, like, and there's gonna be some bitches out there that say, like, oh no, you should not. No, like, be weird and not a real ass couple. But I really want girls to know, like, even if it's absolutely worth it, I don't think it is. Even if you found the most perfect man, it's not worth it. It's not. Like, it's always gonna be best to just, like, be alone. And maybe that's why so many men tell older women they're gonna die alone and be so sad. I'm sad with a great man. Like, maybe it's just, like, not my personality. And, like, I know girls are out there and they're, like, dying for, like, a relationship like mine. Like, he takes care of me, but, like, I'm sorry, you can't, like, I can't even really barely deal with myself and my own emotions. Imagine somebody that you know for such a short amount of time, because you're never gonna know that man. Like, you think you do, and that's just not in a negative way. Like, I just don't think marriage is for me, and I'm tired of it, and I don't know what else to do, because this is like imagine living a fairy tale, and it's nothing like you imagined it. You're living your literal fairy tale, and it's not what you want. It's not what you want. Even if you think that you want it, even if it's exactly what you dreamed of, it's still just, I don't know. It's just not worth it dealing with someone else every single day of your life. Every day. Every day you gotta deal with somebody. It's always best to just be alone. I've been married for about 7 years. I'm just like not thinking that I made the right decision. And I am a good man. I don't know if I want to continue doing this every single day of my life. Like always checking in with someone, always having to consider their feelings. It's always somebody else. You're never alone.
Although I genuinely feel like your feelings are valid, then this conversation would have been better suited offline with your partner, with a marriage counselor, with a therapist, with a diary or a journal, especially if this is your husband's first time finding out how you really feel about him and your marriage. You look and sound overstimulated. Like you may need to just take a step back, take a little break, go on a staycation, a vacation, go on a girls trip with your friends, but don't make a permanent decision based on a temporary feeling. You said yourself, he's perfect, and I don't know why I'm not happy. Speak to a professional to see exactly what it could be. It doesn't even have to be him or the marriage. But because he's the only one there, you might be blaming him. You said he's an amazing man. Do you have a history of self-sabotage? Do you feel like you deserve that amazing man? You said sometimes it's just good to be alone. Are you trying to self-isolate? Are you suffering from depression? And you don't want him to see you be sad. But he's always there. So you can't cry in front of him. You can't mope in front of him. You can't listen to sad songs and sad music in front of him because you don't want him to see you sad. Your channel name is Diary of a Happy Black Woman, but you don't look happy to me. How long you been pretending? All I'm saying is, before you assume that all your sad feelings are because of your husband and your marriage, make sure it's not something else.
It's just not worth it dealing with someone else.
No, you just live in a society where if an Amazon package arrives a day late compared to what they say, you get angry. And it's not about the Amazon package. This is the society we live in. We get angry about everything that doesn't happen immediately. We think we have a lot of options out there. Look at the trauma of other people on social media. We connect with it. It's like, yeah, I feel like this. And maybe I should leave them. A testa de cazzo. Relationships were never easy. I had the luxury, unlike 50% of Americans, to have parents that ended up staying together through hardships and good times. They're still together. There is nothing so beautiful to have somebody be the witness of your life in the good and in the bad. The beauty of hardships is that you finally get some time to figure out why you are angry. In many cases, it's you. In many cases, the problem is ourselves and our insecurities that we never thought about. People say they're better off in being alone when they're pretty young and they can still have good dating chances. I would love to see men and women in the age of 60 being alone, how they feel in knowing that they have no partner, they have no people around them, they have no community. One thing you learn in Italy is that it takes a town to raise a kid, so you're always gonna have a community. I see it with my grandma, still receives free packages, help and everything from everybody in her town of 500 people. Mental health is a real thing, okay? Solitude is even more real in America. I understand there are situations that suck, I don't know about yours. I believe that if we truly analyze most relationships today, I think that it seldom is about the mismatch among the people in the relationship, but it's more about how society is bringing us up and what we are seeing every single day on social media. How do you know this? The average time on the phone in America is 8 hours a day. I work on social media and I spend this amount of time on the phone because I make money out of it. Most people are just consuming. So yeah, I'm pretty convinced about this, and peace out.
Solving my own emotions. Imagine somebody that you...
I'm not married, but I'm gonna chime in. This right here is the root of the problem. She says that she can't manage herself and her own emotions. Imagine having to deal with another human being. Exactly. People do not work on themselves and then they rely on another person to do the work for them. Or they put aside their own personal work and then get into relationships, get into marriages, and things like this happen. People don't give themselves enough time to grow and evolve as human beings before they commit to a partner. A lot of people follow this path that's already laid out for them where they know they're supposed to get married. They know they're supposed to have kids right now. This is the time. What made you think that? Even if you do dream about having kids and marriage, you still need to find out who you are. You still need to work on your own shit. Who knows? Maybe she was perfect when they first got married. Everything was fine. Life happens. You go through new lessons and then you have to learn and work through those lessons. From what I understand, in marriages, you work through things together. But it seems like she has things that she wants to work on her own. Completely valid. A human is allowed to have their own individual human human experience. Even in the relationships that I was in, I realized that I still had shit that I needed to work on, and I was not ready to partner up with someone. Nor did I think that the other person was responsible for doing the work for me. Because I also was not about to take the responsibility of doing someone else's work for them. Especially somebody that I was dating maybe for like 6 months, right? Like, that's not my place. I'm not about to clock in. I have to put my energy into myself. I don't have time to put energy into you too. This is why people have to work on themselves first. It's about finding yourself. It sounds corny, but it's true. You don't know who you are as an individual human being, and then you enter a partnership, especially like a marriage, an actual contract. Like this will happen. You will feel like, is this my path? Should I be doing this? Because you just followed the path that was laid out for you without actually thinking about long term. When you get married, you are getting married to be with this person forever. You are making a contract to stay with this person. Obviously, you can divorce, but people are not thinking long term. I think a lot of people look at marriage as just a second step in a relationship. Okay, we've been dating for X amount of time. Now we should get married. You are signing a contract to be with someone until the day that you die. You are signing up to go through these life lessons with them. Is that something that you're ready for? Are you ready to work with somebody else entirely? You had a good amount of time for your own individual human experience. There are a lot of questions that a lot of people don't ask themselves. Even in the dating world, a lot of people are actually just codependent. People stay in relationships just because it feels good. They end up wasting other people's time for one, realizing that, hey, it's actually okay for you to be alone. Work on your own shit, and then when you're ready, get into a relationship. And dating is kind of like a prerequisite for marriage, right? You should be working on things together. You should be working on some emotions together. Expect your partner to heal your trauma for you, right? I've been dating for a year, they're not your therapist. It's kind of when you're establishing this base level of how y'all work together. You're finding out if you're actually compatible as human beings, not if you have the same fucking favorite color. How do you problem solve? Do you actually have the same goals in life? Or do you want to be in 20, 30, 40, 50 years because you're supposed to be with this person for long term? People can absolutely be temporary, but you shouldn't waste other people's time if you think that you haven't put enough time into yourself. This is also why you shouldn't just jump into relationships just because it feels good. What is the long-term goal? People look at relationships as these temporary things. And that's how people end up wasting 5, 10, 15 years of their lives with somebody else. Now, both people have thrown away their most important asset, which is time. Something you cannot get back.
Every day you gotta deal with somebody. Oh, is marriage even worth it?
Look, listen, I've never been prone to getting married and having kids. It was never something that I craved because, and I'm going to tell you the truth about it, I would look at the mistress and the girlfriend and see that she got treated better than the wife. Like, she looked like she had more fun versus the wife who had all the responsibilities. So as a result, I've never really settled down. Like, I'll have fun, I have a good time, but for the most part, I live my life for me however I want to. Now I'm older. I've ran the streets as much as I wanted to. I've lived my selfish, self-centered life as much as I wanted to. I'm more inclined to be in the house versus in the street. So while I am settling more so into being older, I just happen to find a man that I love and adore. And as a result, I have become a lot more domesticated. I don't know of another word to say it, meaning I'm more prone to cook and clean and do laundry and just do the routine things that wives and mothers are expected to do. With that being said, if he and I ever broke up, I will never do this again. Never. Never do it again. I do not need it. I do it because I love him. I do it because he is an amazing man who loves those things, being the great provider that he is. But personally, it is not for me. And we have had to have conversations about this. Like, I need to be treated like a girlfriend right now because it's very repetitive, very mundane, day in, day out. And I believe cooking is a big part of it. Thinking of a meal, doing the same dishes over and over again, looking at the same pots, I think it messes a woman's head up. Somebody needs to do some studies on that. Because when you think about the woman that doesn't have to do all that, look how cool she looks. Look how cute and beautiful she is. The ones who have maids and housekeepers and they kind of frolic along life, I guarantee it's because she doesn't have to do all the domestic stuff. Now, I'm not speaking for everybody. I'm not. Because I know that there are women who love it. They thrive in it. It's for them. But I hate so many women have been sold this dream that You will be happy. You will be complete. You will be now valid as a woman once you get married and have kids and become this wife. When it's not for everybody. I am legit a street cat. Like, I love being outside. I love coming and going as I please. But I fell in love with a man. And I think most men thrive in routine. So I have to become more routine. And there are times where it simply doesn't work for me. And you can see it in my face on my videos. I have up and down moments. There was a video that I just saw of David Justice saying that he really didn't want to be married to Halle Berry because she didn't know how to cook, she didn't know how to clean, and she wasn't very motherly, so she didn't seem like she was going to be a good mother to his kids. And in the comments, of course, there's a whole bunch of men, see, I knew she was broken, and women don't understand they're going to die alone unless they learn how to do these things because we expect certain things from our wives, which is true. They can all legit have that expectation from their wives. What I thought by listening to him tell the story is, I'm glad she got a divorce. Because had she stayed and tried to be that person, she would not have been the icon of Halle Berry we know today. She would have been David Justice's wife. And that's completely different. It is hard to balance keeping your light, keeping your star while being in a relationship with a man. I don't know if it's nature, nurture. I don't know if it's society. But when I see these videos of women who get divorced and all of a sudden they glow up, I don't even always think it's because of an abusive relationship. I just think something happens to us in women where we lose that spark when we get with a man. The nurse has never asked me to be anything other than great and live my life. He knows who he is with. But there's something that when he comes home, I just want to sit up under him and I just want to cook and make sure I do this and make sure I do that. It's a nurture thing that's in me. And I have to constantly work on a balance with it. I'm saying all this to say, I kind of want to pull it together. Do not live your life with the impression that once you get married and have kids, that's going to make you happy. Because it might not. It might not be for you. Go live your life. Go run those streets. Go accomplish your dreams. Go have fun. Because once you get into a relationship, there might be a strong possibility you can't do both. Or it's going to be harder for you to do both. The number of women throughout history that have been great leaders, entertainment icons, CEOs, that once they got married and had children, gave it up, I guarantee you it's not always because they wanted to. They just could not. They just could not have both worlds. And I'm going to end with this. I think there are a lot of men who choose wives based on her ability to cook, to clean, to take care of the kids. And they don't want it either. There are men who do, don't get me wrong. They love it. But I think there are a lot more men out here that they chose a wife based on that. And then when she becomes that, they'd rather have the girlfriend. They'd rather have the woman that carries herself like a mistress. I say all that to say, that life is not for everybody. It's not for everybody. So don't think you have to have it, or don't get mad that you don't. Because now that I've ran this through, I won't do it again. It's not the dream that they sold you. It's not for everybody.
I think we all have been told a lie that if you do meet the right person or the person that's absolutely perfect for you, that you will have your happily ever after, because that is absolutely a lie. I don't know why we have this brainwashed thinking that once you meet this person, you have to stick it out with this person through good or bad, through right or wrong, through ups and downs. You don't have to do that. Like, marriage isn't for you to suffer in, it's for you to grow in. And more people, because we did not have these type of conversations from the older generation telling us the truth about their marriage because they were holding up some type of pride, or most likely it was just like really their ego. But like, I don't even want to say that, because back then they were reliant on each other. They were very codependent. But now we have the opportunity to be our own selves, and maybe that will be the downfall of our human growth. But then at the end of the day, my happiness is my priority, and you cannot be in a successful marriage with anybody if you don't take care of yourself first.
100%. I had so much to say about this conversation, but go down in the comment section and share your thoughts Love to know your own take about this. And if you're married, let me know how long you've been married, and if you have to do it again, if you will do it again. And if you're married and divorced, let me know how long you've been married for, and if you will ever get married again and why. I would love to know you guys' take on this. So if some of you guys don't know, so please go down in the comment section and share your thought. Love to know what you think about this conversation. But please, as always, keep it respectful here on this channel. We're allowed to disagree, but we do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thought. 1 second. Let me put the gloss because I'm about to yap. I know my lips are dry. Okay. Ah, feels better. Okay. So some of you guys may not know, or this is the first time you're coming across my video. Um, I'm I'm 41. I just turned 41 a couple of days ago, and I've been married for 12 years now, and I have so much to say. And I've been with my partner for 22 years, so I really have so much to say about this dynamic of how marriage plays out and how I became the married single woman, as most of my friends would tag me now, and I'm living my life. The truth is that the idea of marriage and being a wife and being a mother, it is an idea that has been glamorized a lot, and this is something that I've talked a lot here. And I've also talked about how I don't believe in the traditional structure of marriage, how it works. It does not work for, at least for me. I don't think it works, and I don't think it's a successful system, because this is a system that drains women, and this is a system that says stick it out to the end. And I feel like marriage should even be like that, because at the end of the day, when you try to stick things out to the end, especially when it does not align, there's some form of resentment on both ends. And like I've said a couple of times, I believe marriage will thrive in a non-traditional way. And mind you, this is not me saying that, oh no, don't get married or don't have a partner. I personally, I believe that as human beings, we're made to have partner, we're made to grow together, we're made to find that person that we grow together and with. And sometimes you grow apart from that person, and it is fine. Okay, but I just feel like we're not meant to do life alone. As humans, we must have like a community, a partner or something. And this could be whoever you choose, or whoever aligns with you, your goals, your vision, and all that. Um, I don't think I've shared my story here on how I became child free, and I'm very vocal, and I'm living my life authentically now. And people now refer to me as the married single woman, and that's because I live life like a single woman, even though I'm married. And that is because, take that back. People refer, like my friends refer to me as the married single woman, and that's because I am very intentional about my life, and I live my life for me. So one thing I find out that could make this sister be in that place where she's drained, I know that is purpose. The truth is that a lot of us has been brainwashed to and pre-programmed that marriage, children, that is the all fulfilled, that's all you can achieve in life, that's all you can do in life. But like Shawanda said, I believe that she should see a therapist to unpack a lot of the trauma and really find who she is on the core. For me personally, that's one thing that helped me to be very vocal about going child free, and that I don't want kids, because there was a point in my life that's where I was in this sister position where felt lost. I didn't know what was going on. I had the perfect marriage as society. I had everything going on for me, but I was so sad inside. I was crying every day. I don't know what was wrong, but I got to find out what was wrong eventually, which I feel like this is something the sister needs to. She needs to go to therapy. She needs to be honest with herself. She needs to unpack a lot of things. I found out during therapy that I was not living my authentic self, and this is not what I want. Like where I was not where I want to be, even though that's what society consider where I should be. That was not where I want to be. That's not what I want to do. That's not how I want my routine to be. And that really caused a lot of conflict between myself, between who I am at the moment and what I really want as a person. I didn't want kids, but I was trying to have kids. I was getting pregnant. And all this was messing up with me, messing up with my energy, messing up with me. And if you look my entire aura, it was really different. You could see the frustration and all that. And my marriage is not the traditional Nigeria type of marriage. I was made to live life the way I want. I was made to have conversation. I was made to be vocal. I was made to be myself. But even at that, I was still putting myself in a box, in a place where I was fitting society standard, and this, and After I went through my therapy and I found myself and I found my voice, that's when I realized that I'm child free. I want to travel the world. I want to at least be by myself. I really want to enjoy life, because a lot of the times we are being programmed that this is what we want, and some of us really love being by ourselves. So I personally, I believe that women, marriage, some people, marriage, traditional marriage is not for them, and a lot of women are beginning to find out, and that's why, like, even our mothers, our aunties, our grandmothers, they were happy doing the traditional stuff of what marriage attain, or why it attains to be a woman. But some of them were really miserable, and some of us, even millennials and women now getting married, some women are really miserable and they can't point pick what was. Some people will call it depression and all that, but I really feel like it's because you've not been authentic to yourself. You've not really lived life for yourself. I remember when I sat down and I had the conversation with my husband, and I told him I don't want child. I don't. I want to be able to go as I want. I want to be able to travel the world, even though that was not what he wanted. And that's one thing they tell us about marriage. And that's one thing I'm beginning to find out, that it does not align that way. A lot of time they tell us that you compromise. I don't believe right now, like, I know I'm more valuable, but follow me. They tell you that, oh, you should compromise. I personally, I don't think marriage should be all about compromising and all that. I don't think so. I believe that it should be an alignment, and it's that place of where you compromise a lot of who you are, what you are. That's where a lot of resentment comes from. Because let's say, like, for me, for example, I've always wanted to travel. I've always wanted to just go about and all that. And my husband likes be at home. He loves Nigeria and all that. And I compromise trying to be on his own timeline, like, oh, babe, let's travel, let's travel, let's travel. Before you know, there was a form of resentment that was building up for me towards him, because now I am compromising so that I can be in my marriage, so that I can keep my marriage. And it happens in a lot of things. Same thing with having kids, same thing with house chores, same thing with career. It happens a lot of time in marriage, where even in terms of location, where to live, so a lot of people compromise a lot of who they really are, their authentic self, so that they can be with a particular person, when what we should be looking for is find that person that aligns with what you want for life, your goals in life, where you're heading to in life, where your growth in life. But no, but because usually we get into this emotional relationship without knowing ourselves, and even without even being financially independent, we feel like we need to stick it out. I personally, I don't believe in that. I believe in alignment. So for myself, I have taken to the bull by the horn, and I've let my husband know I'm going to travel and I'm not going to wait for it, and that's exactly what I'm doing. And some people will say, oh, like people in Nigeria, people in my culture will say, oh, what will happen to your marriage and all that. The truth is that right now, my priority is myself, not my marriage. I'm here to take care of myself. I'm here to look out for myself. I'm here to live my authentic self and without compromising on anything. So, yeah, so I feel like that's one of the things that has put a lot of women in that limbo, where they feel lost, they feel sad, is because they are not living their authentic self. They've not looked themselves in the mirror and tell themselves the truth, the type of life they really want, other than the pre-program that society has given us. Anyway, guys, yeah, I know I've been blabbing, but anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this video down in the comment section. Let me know what you think, your thoughts. Go ahead and share it. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go ahead and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push out my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting this channel and this career. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.